let's see what else Shonen has for us. Although, if it's not the, unscathed or... Okay, cool. Last episode we saw a new type of mission, and this episode we're going to be seeing another new type of mission. One I'm not too sure on. As, just kind of feels weird. Huh? Maybe for the treasure levels it doesn't play the battle music. Unless it only plays the battle music when there's barriers up. That's the real problem, or the cause of it, the barriers. If there's no barriers, then the music doesn't play. It's having to get used to the fact of that Sonic hates slopes. And, reusing item placements, I see. Yeah, I guess the only bad thing about, well, like, there's two bad things about Adam Time's physics is that, if you're close to a wall when you're on a tightrope, it just won't work. You just fall. Why does running far or walking fast cause you to use the dash attack? Why? And the other bad thing is that if you jump and hit your head on something, you get dunked to the ground. And most of the time when that has happened to me, I am over a cliff. So I just go careening into the pit. And that's not a fun thing to do. Like when I first played the thing, the Battle of the Birds Time Rift. There's a part where you pretty much have to jump really close to a. Why didn't Sonic just, grab the thing? What? Like, there's a part you need to jump really close to the underside of a platform, and if you hit the top of the platform, you get dunked into the pit. Despite not even being close to the pit. It's like, what? I was gonna just say that I think it's either the, not really base, but I guess non-DLC, version of the game, or maybe even the low, render version of, the game, but, they made that time rift a whole lot easier, from what I remember, since there's cheap platforms near the beginning of it, and I think it might just be in the low render version, but there's not a conductor sign on that part, and normally there would be one there, I think. So I don't dare jump that, though I dare jump this. Okay, that's not dash attack off the ledge this time, Sonic. Let's try not do that. Okay. Is the big boss man or like what? What's the deal here? Is there an enemy I haven't killed yet or like what? Fucking hell. Well, I will cut around to when I do this correctly. I think. So see you then. Is that it? Oh, of course, hide the thing I can't see. Behind the thing I also can't see. That makes sense. Is that it? Please tell me that's it. Okay, buddy. Okay. So, of course, they were, or like, enemies weren't spawning in because I wasn't on the correct platform, and of course, because they hadn't spawned in, I couldn't see where they were on the platform, or like, in the minimap, so of course, I didn't know where I needed to be. Thanks, Sonic Unleashed. I get the feeling I'm going to be talking about ahead of time a lot in this recording session, although... it's not such a bad thing, I guess. But like, I didn't know how, much speed you gained off of letting the dive play out. Because, like... if there's, like, a long streak of, ground in between platforms, if you dive on that and then dive roll out of it, you get a lot of speed. And, I guess that kind of makes the speed hat or the sprint hat a little bit redundant. Although that being said, I have noticed that there are, like, if you sprint, like, if you cancel the sprint as you jump, you still retain the speed, so you can get more distance off your jump. Although that being said, I really don't like how you can't double jump after sprinting, like while you're sprinting. What? Why? Who made that decision? Or would that be a bigger annoyance? You also can't, I guess that would fall under double jumping. If you wall run using your sprint hat and then, try and jump off the wall, you won't do your second jump, even if you haven't used your, second jump yet, so... pretty much what I'm saying is the sprint out is kind of useless. Kind of. Like even the parts where you have to dive under, like go under a platform. Yeah, I guess dive on, go under a wall to get up. Fairly sure you don't need to use the sprint hat for that. You can just do a few well-timed jumps to get up on that. And I think of course my computer was lagging out a little bit there. What's left in Hello Score? Oh, if it's Collector Rings 2, then I know what it is. But if it's also Break Nothing, then, Do I want to do break nothing? I would do a gatherings because that's less annoying. Although knowing that they put the item at the very end of the level is the most annoying part about the thing. At least it isn't like the one in Shamar. Oh boy. I'm very glad they don't make you use that the sand bike or the sand car in the normal level of Shamar. Like, it's just often its little own thing, although I think there might also be a go fast using that, I think, at the very least. I could be wrong. I am known to be wrong on the occasion. Like I was with the whole 50 items collecting or unlocking a level. Like, okay, cool. We have the thing. We can progress. Like, 50 makes way more sense than 150, since, like, if it was at 50, then it's like, hey, you get rewarded for collecting these items, more so than what the items are themselves. Make sure you collect the items. Whereas, if it's 150, it's like, you've collected a third, no, 3/3 of the 3/4 of the items. I guess we need to give you something for that. Here's an item, like here's a stage, I guess. So I would consider this to be the hardest nighttime special stage in the entire game, I think. Because we're back in the temple, and we can't break anything, and we have bombs. And that's not the only type of enemy we're facing. We're facing the bees. An enemy that likes to run away from us. Well, that wasn't so bad. I think, fairly sure, jumping when you're just walking doesn't break items. Can I get you guys to, like, come over here, maybe? Fucking hell. I get the feeling that this will be a level I start skipping around in. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Just how bad this gets. Like, I get the feeling the spikes, as I think they're called, the spikes are just here to throw at the enemies, but their blast radius is a little too big. Am I gonna not grab that guy from now? Huh. So, just get used to seeing this, and I think like, the worst thing about this too is that we can't break the crate, or we can't use the crates to smash into the enemies, even though they would do us a whole lot of good. Okay, one more attempt and then I'll start cutting around just to when I do the thing right. Because I get the feeling we will be here for ages. think when I get around to Let's Playing Hat in Time, I think what I might do for the end of the episodes is Hat Kid has some diary entries of the levels, like, she has diary entries that talk about the levels we just did, or like she just did, and I think whenever possible I will use them at the end of the episode. Although that being said, because you can't get the diary entries until you get the Ice Hat, does that mean there's like semi-unused diary entries? Those being for the levels you can't, or like the timepieces you collect before you get the Ice Hat. Okay then, it's time for me to start skipping around. Oh boy. Fucking hell. Okay, that's that part down. Fuck. Maybe I shouldn't run there. Okay, I think this might be the final enemy. In that case, we can just, like, come over here. Okay, there's one more. Okay. Oh boy, yeah, if you might have been saying, just go to where the goal is, no, you have to defeat all the enemies, it is kind of annoying. And, I think there might be one more thing left in Holoska. Oh, ooh, again, I've only noted the levels that have items in them, so there could very well still be more levels in Holoska. Although that being said, is there? Like, really, is there? Boy. If there's ever a stage to get annoyed at this music, it is the one we just did. Oh boy. So I think, like, the worst thing about it too is, like, at the end there, there's like 3 bomb enemies, and I think I might have just found the correct spot to throw them at, because, like, normally it takes a little bit more than that. Like, what you'd have to do is walk all the way out to where the corridor started and then throw the enemies. It's, what is causing Sonic to do the earthquake punch? I guess you could call it. Oh, it's both things at once. Okay. That makes it a little bit more bearable, I think. Because a lot of the attempts just fell down to me doing the earthquake punch when I was attempting to do other punches. Also, not to mention, you're given a pretty strict timer too, so it's pretty much, hey, do this thing well. Okay, throwing them does not seem to be a good idea, that's for sure. This should be it. Okay, cool. Yeah, depending on what it is, I think I might do one more level, maybe? Because, my overall timer says it's been an hour, and, I've only recorded 2 episodes, so that must mean that this episode is like half an hour long already, and that's not a good thing. Okay, it's time attack. This should have a last item? Maybe? Also, is there... Could very well be something else. Trying to remember where the item is the thing. So it kind of feels weird hearing Rooftop Ron again. Okay, found the item. We don't have to worry, although here's hoping that there's not another one here for some reason. Also, is this just the entire level again? Or is there a stopping point? Because I think there could be a stopping point, maybe? Maybe. So, was there not an item in that same place in the original level? Like what? What? Exactly. Also, that part we were just on, where we went over the banner, like a Spanister, maybe? I just really want to, stomp to go down quicker, but, if you do that on that part, you just get sent flying. And it's just like, how? Although I guess it's because you're on a slope, so the game just doesn't know what to do with you, I guess. If that makes sense. Let's go down here. Because I'm fairly sure this is like the slow path, maybe? Oh yeah, it is definitely the slow path. Oh boy. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think there is a fast path that uses those. All those springy items. I guess springy poles, to be more accurate. Yeah, to be more accurate, I guess. Because I know they're in the daytime arid sands. But where else they are, I'm not entirely sure. Seriously, who? Oh. I think that might... Okay. There's 2 items in this level, and I am fairly sure there's no way to die. And I'm fairly sure running out of time. Yep, right. We have experience of that. Running out of time just kills us. Restart the entire level again. Okay, hear me please. Kill me. Come on. You can do it. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I will see you back at the new part of Rooftop Run, I guess. So see you then. Okay, let's hopefully do the thing right this time. Although that being said, like, I'm not expecting to have to do a wall jump there, so it just feels weird. Okay, we did the thing. We got the item. We jumped over the bounce pad. Ah boy, let's end off the episode. Hopefully. Hopefully? It's kind of just weird knowing that in the daytime levels, when time slows down, the time matches it, but... Oh no, in the nighttime stages, but in the daytime levels, it doesn't. It's like, what? How dare you? Okay. So it looks like I need to fix up my guide again. As I feel sure there's like only one more level, at least that has an item in Spagonia. Soon enough we will be returning to Eggmanland. Yeah, it's another Find the Treasure, okay. Wait. Is it just Spagonia and Eggmanland that has levels for us? It looks like we'll be returning to Eggmanland sooner than we thought. But until then, that has been, I'll see you.